This week in gaming, Randy Pitchford goes full Randy Pitchford. Tencent is fighting Sony, and Nintendo is making weird decisions. This is the Nerd Cave News, and I am your host, one of your hosts, Zach Dykes, joined by my good friend and co-host, Derek Daniel. Derek, how's it going, my man?
It's going pretty good, man. So it's Boss Man's on vacation. He started his vacation today.
I'm not
so
on
it's
vacation.
Me. You're not my boss either. So
maybe I am, Derek. Maybe I am.
You like to think you are, but we all know what the truth is.
What's the truth, Derek? What's the truth, Derek?
You're not the boss of me. I was gonna say something else. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be that mean.
Yeah, Derek, backtracking over here. Derek backtracking over here.
So for the next week, a little week plus, it's me running the show. So yeah, it's fun times here. But other than that, I got a little sun. You can't see it on my face. It's starting to go away here and there. But went to a football game this past Saturday with some good friends. Got some good news on their end, but the game was terrible. But the halftime show was great. Hanging out with them was great. Thought got a little too much sun, so now I'm starting at the peeling phase. But it's okay. One with the better beard is the wow, Joe. Okay, the shade. Okay,
I'm just saying. I do have the better beard. I'm not. Yeah, I do have the better beard. Just saying, guys. We're live not only on YouTube tonight. We're testing out the old tiki-talkie, seeing how that goes. So if y'all are a TikToker,
Derek, you're not my dad. I don't know you.
That's my purse. But guys, we're glad that you're here. Let us know how you are down in the comments below. We got the chat popping. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to hit the share button so more and more people get to come and hang out, get to be a part of this, because we love chatting video games. We do this each and every week, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. We're kind of like the USPS mail, except we actually do our job. We're here, rain or shine, sleet or snow. We're here to talk about all the video game news that you need to know. So tonight, if you are over on the TikTok side of things, welcome. We're glad that you're here. We are going to be watching trailers. So the only way to see the trailers is to go to the red platform and watch them there, because we haven't figured out how to get all of this synced up into one nice little bow. But we're working on it. Derek's working on it, guys. So blame Derek for any technical difficulties throughout the show. Y'all know how it is.
My name's not Kevin.
Well, Kevin got hit by a bus. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Kevin got hit by bus coon, because if y'all don't know, Kevin is many things: an embezzler, horrible at his job, a
loser,
and now also he's been hit by a bus. So will we see Kevin again? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Amy says, doing good, finished building our TV console so we can finally put our living room together. Amy getting it together, y'all. Amy getting it together.
Someone has to.
Oh, yeah. I do nothing, Derek. I do nothing all day.
You don't. I mean, let's be fair. If I'm being honest.
I don't run businesses.
You know what they say about the men? Like, they just sit there and
I look pretty.
They don't sit there and help.
I just sit there and look pretty. Thank you.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Well,
I
you
am
look
pretty.
Something, but pretty wasn't the word.
Derek, if you're looking at you and your monitor, look like slightly to the other side, and you'll see me. Joe says, we moved my desk into our bedroom and then rearranged our living room. It's like a new apartment. Hey, get a little feng shui going on there. A little feng shui. Kevin, our silent employee, has been very silent, and now we know why. Yeah, so silent because he's got a feeding tube and a breathing tube, in his his state that he's in right now. He's in the state of Vermont.
Okay.
He thought that Vermont doesn't extradite for some odd reason. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know what Kevin thinks because he's crazy. He's crazy as a Roman dog. But Derek, let's jump into our first segment of the night, guys. Let us know what you've been playing. This is one of my favorite segments each and every week. What you playing, Derek? Yeah. Okay. So for everyone to know, Kevin has been a long running
joke.
There's not a real Kevin. Just letting y'all know, there's not someone actually in a hospital in Vermont. For the ones that don't know,
that we don't hate. You know what I mean? Like
this person is totally fictitious. I would blame Kevin, the fictitious Kevin, for any kind of technical difficulties in the show. That is who Kevin is for all the uninitiated. That way, you're not like, man, Zach is being so mean to this.
I know.
I
mean, he is mean, guys. I mean, you see how he treats me.
Well, yeah, and you're real.
I
know. Derek, let's get into what you playing. What you been up to, Derek, in the gaming sphere?
So I have finished the Curse of the Pharaohs DLC in Assassin's Creed Origins.
Let's go.
So, and I'm pretty much wrapped up. Like I did like some odd ends things like in the open world for, you know, the base game, but I'm pretty much done with Origins now. And so I'm going to take, you know, I took a break the rest of the week because I beat it over the weekend, and I'm just like, okay, let me breathe. Might try and finish South of Midnight before Yote comes, because when Yote drops in, where are we at? 2 weeks now, Zach? We are 2 weeks away from Yote, brother. So
yeah, it's crazy how close we are. And I just finished. Well, keep going. Yeah, we're close.
I was gonna say, and pretty like I know, like when I've talked about any big, like mainly PlayStation game, but any big release, ain't nothing else getting played. Like it was God of War, it's Astrobot, what Spider-Man, whatever, you know, whatever you insert big upcoming title we're both excited about here. But Yote, when it drops, ain't nothing else getting played. So I'm probably going to try and finish South of Midnight before I go before Yote drops.
Yeah, I am super excited about Yote. I have been playing Ghost of Tsushima again, which of course is my game of forever.
Yeah,
but until we get Yote, and hopefully it will surpass
have the same effect.
yeah, and I just finished the first section of the island. I'm actually moving at a pretty good clip because I'm not doing as much exploring because I'm having chat decide. I'm like, do you want main mission or side mission? And if you don't do a ton of side missions, like the
main story goes by quick.
The main story does clip pretty fast, and they don't hold you too close to like having to do Masako or any of the other ones that much. It's like if you do like one or so, you can progress the story pretty fastly. Yuna was the one that was holding everybody up.
Gotcha.
You know, having to get her brother and like the hook and all of that.
Well, yeah, and it makes sense for later down the road.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, because like you had to get into the castle and all of that. But I was like, man, I'm trucking along pretty quick through this. Like Ari in the second, Ari met Norio, which is the monk, the warrior monk, which he's like one of my favorite characters out of the whole game. Just like his whole aesthetic and just like how much of a beast he is. And I got the mystic bow, the cursed bow. I got that on the last stream. So I literally have 2 more streams until Yote, and I'm trying to. I'm like, I don't know how I'm not going to be able to finish Ghosts before then.
No,
but on
you have to at least get the end of the second act. Let's be fair, or the end of the first.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to push a little bit and make more of the choices like gameplay wise, dude. There was the storming the castle to save Lord Shimura. Yeah. I was like, oh, let's have a vote. And it was like, no heals, no parries, or bow only. And they're like, bow only. And I'm like, oh God.
My. Which that boss fight too, that's Oh my God, that's
Well,
hard.
I have a 10-minute limit on things, so
Okay.
but I'm like trying to sneak around and I'm like, all right, boom, boom, and like trying to get people in the right place.
Right.
Dude, it's it was definitely difficult. And then I had another one where it was like the straw hat where you had to like get them and release them
Right.
from that Mongol stronghold. It was like no heals, and as soon as I got in there, my cover was blown and everybody was on me. And I was just, it was, everybody is enjoying making me suffer. Let's just say that,
Good.
especially Dan. Dan's like,
Oh
I
yeah.
love to see you suffer.
Dan is my spirit animal. He's channeling all the rage I have towards you every week, and then he's just like taking it like, "Oh, you love this game? I'm gonna make you hate it."
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely been interesting because I played it so much, and dude, my parries are way better.
Yeah.
As long as I remember that it's L1 and not R1, because I was fighting Rizu and I was like, why in the world am I not parrying? And I'm hitting R1 to like throw kunai and I'm out of kunai. And I'm like, why am I not parrying? And then I'm like, oh, it's L1.
You're so smart.
Yeah, I'm so smart. But hey, I'm really enjoying it. It's a ton of fun. I did play more of Death Stranding, and man, there's just something about Death Stranding, dude. I just really, really love that game, and it's just
wish you could better understand what's going on, but
overall, I feel like I'm understanding like most of it, but I don't feel like I know the full lore of it. But there's just something therapeutic about just delivering crap. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, I got to make sure that it's in good condition, or I'm delivering. There's literally, it was like I'm delivering someone's pizza, and it was like,
oh wow,
yeah, it was like, make sure that the pizza lays flat, because like it'll like randomly, like in your pack or whatever, things will get like vertical. And I hit like the there's like an auto like loader or whatever, and it like put the pizza like vertical, and it was like pizza damage, and I'm like,
crap.
I just threw it into like somewhere else, and I'm like, oh well.
Yeah. No, they're not eating today.
They're not eating today. So I've been really enjoying that and just having a good time playing it. I did play a little bit more of Doom, the Dark Ages.
Ooh,
and
haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, I jumped on my Steam Deck and just enjoying it, playing a little bit more of it. And I did try out Silk Song.
Oh, okay.
On my Steam Deck, and I'm doing it through Game Pass.
Yeah.
So it's cloud. So there's a little bit of a delay. Not good to play that game with even a minuscule delay on like any kind of input and everything. So just kind of jumping around on some things, but Yote is the focus coming up, and October 2nd, which is a Thursday.
Yeah, literally 2 weeks from tonight, brother. It will be here. I start my vacation that day. Let's go.
So
which reminds me, I need to buy it. I need to pre-order it so that way we can have it.
My question is, Derek, we play it, and then for Nerd Cave Newz, we do our first impressions.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that idea.
Okay, there you go, guys. You have it here first. I'm probably going to be streaming a good chunk of the day, just playing it and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But Thursday night, October 2nd, we're going to do our first impressions of Ghost of Yote. So you heard it here first. It's going to be a great time, and I'm excited about it. Real quick, I want to hit 2 comments. Joe says, my wife and I are playing Mario Wonder again, trying to 100% it, also researching for our game. Let's go. I love that. And like, I know Wonder got announced that they're doing like a Switch 2 upgrade to it. From last week and everything. So that's dope. And then Amy says, I've been eyeing Tiny Bookshop. Is that one of the cozy games? Bookshop. Oh, yeah. That looks so cool. Looks so cool. I just looked it up. Yeah, feel your anger. Feel your anger. Well, let's talk about anger, guys, because we're going to be talking about Randy Pitchford. He strikes again, guys. Tech expert says Borderlands 4 on PC runs worse than usual for an Unreal Engine 5 game.
So, Borderlands 4 is getting a lot of criticism for its PC performance. Even powerful rigs like those with an RTX 5090 struggle to run the game smoothly at 4K on the highest setting. Players report stuttering, frame drops, and texture pop-ins, especially in big battles or open areas. The game uses Unreal Engine 5 features like Lumen and Nanite, which add visual detail but put heavy strain on CPUs and GPUs. Gearbox has warned that PCs below the minimum requirements may find the game unplayable, and even with a day one patch, many users say problems remain. Reviews on Steam are mixed, with performance being a common complaint. Experts suggest avoiding a certain setting unless you have top tier hardware, and instead lowering settings or resolution to 1440p, plus using DLSS or upscaling tools. In short, the game looks demanding, but not especially well optimized, and smoother play requires stronger hardware than usual. And this has been an interesting one. Like, I know everyone's been, excited for Borderlands 4. I know it got announced at Game Awards last year, correct? Like, as an official thing. And
yep.
I know it got its date at Summer Game Fest. And I think they even moved up the dates because they were like a week or two, because they were that confident and that ahead of schedule.
They were afraid of
GTA 6,
coming out,
the big boogeyman. Yep. And it looks like it kind of hindered that. Rushing it a week or two kind of hindered that for extra playtesting and whatnot. But it's only PC. Like, I know there's been some kind of issues, like reading here and there. Like, this has been an ongoing saga over the last week since the game has launched or has been in play mode. I know there's been some issues on console, but a lot of the complaints come from PC, which I know, like with modders and whatnot, I know that's a big, moddable game over in that community. But it's been interesting to see. But lo and behold, Zach, old Randy Dandy, not so dandy, has been opening his, literally, we joke about the running joke from years ago. It's like Todd Howard goes on stage and opens his big fat mouth. Randy Pitchford comes on social media and opens his big fat mouth, and this one is not warranted.
Yeah, and this is after he was telling everybody that you should pay $80. Like, he was like, stop complaining about the price and all of this. But Randy Pitchford addresses Borderlands 4 FOV, which is field of view slider complaints.
So Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford has responded to criticism about Borderlands 4 lacking a field of view slider on console, acknowledging fans' concern and saying that while he'd like to include such a setting, there are complexities, saying, quote, "Some dreams I have where a FOV setting might affect fairness." Pitchford suggests his goal is to add features responsibly without compromising balance. Though many players argue a slider is basically quality of life, the absence of the FOV option, especially while PC players have one, have been a hot topic among console users, with some saying the narrow default FOV causes discomfort or motion sickness. Pitchford and Gearbox say they're exploring how to bring the slider to PS5 and Series and Xbox consoles, while also making sure any change doesn't create unfair advantages. And I don't know how this would, again, it's more of like a feature rather than it's like a pay to, like, for lack of a better phrase, a pay to win option or something like that. I know you don't pay for it, but it's like they're treating it as like, it's not
PvP.
It's like a red dot site, when you're playing multiplayer or something. It's like, why is I get it. It's having issues regardless, just like the entire performance of the game. But why are y'all trying to stand on this hill and like kind of divert, be like, hey, you say field of view sliders, that's too complicated. I'm like, really? Because it doesn't seem like that complicated.
Yeah, even if it's like, okay, here is the standard, and then here is the medium, and here's the wide, instead of like where you could control it. Like, even if it's only like 3 versions of it, you could choose or whatever. Because you there? Hello, Derek. I don't know what happened to Derek, everybody. But my thought is, like, if it's, having like 3 different versions of it where you're able to choose in all of that, where it's like, okay, here's the normal, here's the medium, here's the wide. That way it's not like a slider version where like the PCs, like you can really dial it in. If it's that, then that shouldn't be too hard to come up with for the console side of things. And
Right.
it's like, when you really look at it, like that should not be a big issue within this game. Borderlands 4, like it's got such a large backing on the developer and the publisher side that we shouldn't be having these issues.
No, or any of like it. This is like going back to like maybe early to prime, like mid PS4 and Xbox One days, where like yes, we're getting the upgrades from the PS3 to PS4 like were pretty drastic in terms of power, and I know like PS5, like PS4 to PS5 and so on are pretty somewhat drastic too, but we're kind of like we talked about a month or so ago, kind of like they're kind of hitting that wall in terms of tech at the moment, in terms of like how much upscaling we can do. But you know, like there was development issues, like Assassin's Creed Unity comes to mind. You know, it's like that was a poorly constructed game, and this is giving that same kind of energy, but it's like we're in like we're still kind of in the middle, but we're more on the tail end of the console life cycles. Like you should have this stuff figured out. Like again, PC is different to an extent, but it's like you should have all this development for this hardware figured out by now.
Yeah, well, and it's like we're at this point in the cycle. It shouldn't be that big of a deal because we've seen that in so many other games. And it's like if you in Unreal Engine 5, like literally when it's like, oh, this is the worst running game on Unreal Engine 5, and you are a major developer, you know, and we heard all of this. Like I edited a short for Kind of Funny on Borderlands 4, and Mike was like, yeah, I really enjoy the game. You know, they kind of dialed back a lot of the crude humor and like the zaniness that was in 3 and everything, but like the game overall is great. The bugs though, like the version that they were playing was just awful. Like it was just constantly having issues, which I want to jump into a little bit more of that because Randy Pitchford couldn't help himself, because Pitchford goes on the offensive as Borderlands 4 PC performance intensifies.
Since Borderlands 4 released, its PC port has seen strong criticism over crashes, stuttering, and poor optimization, even on high-end rigs like the RTX 5090, sparking a quote mixed Steam review score. Pitchford has defended the game, saying valid performance complaints come from a very small fraction of players, and urging users to tweak settings or lower resolution, for example to 1440p, rather than expect ultra settings on older or under spec hardware. He also responded sharply to criticism via social media with remarks like, quote, "Go code your own engine and show us how it's done, please," questioning those who complain without acknowledging the challenge of developing for many hardware configurations. Despite a day one patch that mitigated some issues, many PC players still report performance problems. And again, Zach, you and I have said many a time on this show, we are not game developers. We cannot imagine how hard it is to make video games. It is super hard to do it. At the same time, don't act like a spoiled child when, yes, you're acknowledge your own issues. Like it's like being ignorant. You know, it's like, yes, you're acknowledging it, but instead of just like saying, you know, like, I don't even care for a fake apology, you know, a corporate fake apology. It's like, don't come here and, you know, be like, oh, we're so sorry, we're working on it. Like, just say, hey, we hear you, we're working on it. You know, in the meantime, maybe play around with some of this, because it's like saying like, once you mess around with the settings, give it 15 minutes and then like try booting up the game again or something like that. And I get it. You're trying to meet them in the middle while trying to actually patch this and mitigate, you know, get these issues resolved. But coming on here and saying it's like, oh, y'all are a bunch of entitled, spoiled children who are in the minority. If it's side note, if this was if they were in the minority, this would be getting traction like on IGN or like anywhere else. Like, this would not be newsworthy stories. It would just be like something like, hey, Borderlands is experiencing minor problems and they're fixing it. And then that would be it. It'd be a throwaway. It'd be a quick hit and, you know, say la vie. the fact that this is gaining so much traction about how problematic these issues are with performance and gameplay and whatnot speaks volumes. And the fact that Pitchford is just kind of like frou-frouing it and shoving it under the rug, essentially, it's like, dude, read the room. Again, I know I keep saying this with Randy Pitchford, but it's just like ignorant. I just can't stand ignorance. And it's like, bro,
Yeah.
like what aren't you getting? Like, don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Like, you just be honest with it. Don't be petty. Just it ain't a good look.
Yeah, he's not Richard Petty, so he can't be petty.
Right.
For this, it's like, I feel like he's so combative, and
Yes.
it definitely reminds me of another head of a studio from Sony that's no longer at Sony. And
what had happened to have worked on a biker zombie game?
Yes, exactly. But like, Randy Pitchford has been at Gearbox for so long, and this is like a continued thing. Like, he says like this game is going to be more than it is, and over promises, and then complains and gripes when people call him out. And we're getting this with Borderlands 4. And like you said, if this wasn't an issue, then people would downplay this. You would start seeing, people are review bombing Borderlands 4 because of X, Y, and Z. No, it's like, it's having these issues. And when IGN is literally like, hey, there's an update coming today, and then, hey, there's an update now to Borderlands 4, like, go download it and patch your game or whatever. Like, that being where they're like constantly updating that means that people are interested, that they're getting clicks on that. They wouldn't write it unless they were able to monetize it. And clearly people are really interested in what's going on with this game. And Pitchford, unfortunately, just doesn't know how to handle criticism.
He needs to, if he doesn't have one already, if he doesn't have a PR person, for one, if he does, they should be fired or at least leave, because they're not doing their job correctly. And if he doesn't, he needs to hire one and just have them write their own statements. But then, let's be fair, he's still got the mop top and everything. Like, he's one of those guys from back in the day, so he probably wouldn't listen to the written speech anyway. So, and he probably just go off cuff still. I think they need to do, like, with all due respect, this is like apples to oranges comparison, but you'll understand where I'm coming from. They need to give old Randy Pitchford the Bobby Bowden treatment, where it's like, hey, maybe it's time you hang it up, Randy. Like, before it gets ugly.
Well, and it just goes a little bit further. It's like, when you literally say, code your own engine and show us how it's done, please. They're not using their own engine.
No.
They're using Unreal
Engine 5. Like,
yeah, it's like yeah, exactly. But we're not done with Randy here, guys, because Randy Pitchford says accept reality and tune in or out, or don't play it at all. And it is at get the refund stage. That was very weird to read, but there you go.
Yeah. Randy Pitchford has pushed back hard against PC players upset about Borderlands 4's performance, saying users should, quote, accept reality and tune or do not play, and even suggests they get a refund via Steam if dissatisfied. He argues many complaints stem from people expecting ultra-high frame rate, resolution, and graphic settings on older hardware, things that may simply be unrealistic. He's offered detailed tips on how to adjust settings, and said that the day one patch will help, but cautioned that those with PCs below the minimum specs should expect poor or unplayable performance. And it's not even that, man. Like, most people get, like if they have a lower end PC or like, something below the minimum specs, like, they get it. Those aren't the ones complaining. The ones who have the high end, like the RTX 5090 and whatnot, and it's like have the Ferrari of PCs, essentially, are the ones complaining because it runs like dog crap. And it's like again, talk about another tone deaf statement. Now, yes, do I agree? Like, if you feel that bad off about it, get a refund. Well, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I will. Like, I mean, people have done that before. Like people have complained on PlayStation before. Like PlayStation said that the whole PlayStation refund policy has come into question. You know, in the past about it's like this game was terrible. Like, but you're expecting me to only play it for less than 2 hours and have to have bought it no longer than 2 weeks ago for me to get a refund. Get out of here. So, but like I don't know, man. It's at this point, and it's like the Undertaker when he rides, when he sits up from the mat at WWE. It's like Randy Pitchford only does that when a new Borderlands or a new game he's worked on is out, and it's been such one of those long insufferable things. Like, yeah, it was released, and he seemed, he came back from the dead essentially, and he was out and he was doing his thing. Like, oh, get excited! And it's like, okay, it was almost like we haven't dealt with him for so long. It's like we forget how much of a jerk he was. And then as we keep getting closer to release, and like not even something about his game, just like stuff like that is going on in the gaming sphere, he's opening his mouth about it. It's like, what? Like, just go back in your crypt, Randy, and go away. Like the game's out now, go away.
Well, there's one that we didn't bring up in this that apparently Borderlands 4 performance gets worse the longer you play on console. And this is Randy's his idea of fixing it is quitting the game and restarting it as a workaround. Like,
so in other words, we're at tech support now. We're IT.
Yeah.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Well, it's like, what kind of like suggestion is that? Thank you, Gifted Gamer, for the like over on the TikTok side. But it's like, what kind of it's like, oh, your game's running bad and you've put 26 hours into it. Well, sorry about that. Have you tried turning it off and restarting the game from the beginning? It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. I don't know. Like, he sounds so tone deaf in what people are expecting out of video games these days. And I'm just saying, Borderlands 4 is not the only game in town.
No, it's definitely not any. How about this? Let's add a layer to it. It's not the only looter shooter anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, there's most of those games that are now like improving it, like not only like clones, but they have better formulas, and they're online, which more people are playing. Yes, Borderlands has an online component, but let's be fair, Borderlands started as like one of those couch co-op, let's stay at home type games. Let's all get under one roof. So it's really tone deaf considering that you're not the only show in town anymore. It was fine. It was all fine and dandy when y'all were starting the trend, or like being, reinventing the wheel, so to speak. But now that a lot of other games and companies are doing it, you're not special. So you need to, one, make sure your game runs so you can, do another one, maybe Borderlands 5 down the road, or pre-sequel to, or like inter-sequel, whatever kind of weird name.
Something.
Yeah. So you kind of need to shut your mouth, Randy. Know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeah. It's like, go fix your game before, tweeting. Dan, it's not good. It's not good. The running side of things.
Like the performance side. Yeah.
The performance side of things. Kind of funny. Mike over there who rolled credits on it, gave it a 7.5, which is a good score.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of issues within the game, for sure. Yeah, exactly. How it's like, hey, if you're having that many issues, just restart the game.
Why not? Like I love to get like 20, 30 hours into a game and just like restart from scratch. Like it's definitely worth it.
Why don't I just delete all my save data while I'm at it?
Right. I just the game runs like crap. Or no, let me restart that phrase. I just got the weapon I wanted. It's a really ultra high end legendary weapon, but I'm gonna just restart. Because this game.
Derek, it sounds like you're complaining. Why don't you go and code your own engine in game and then come and talk to me? Okay.
So, I'll just get a refund. How about I just get a refund?
Well, if you don't know how to tune and reality.
Oh, God.
Guys, let's talk about the Nintendo Direct that happened last week. A lot of cool stuff got announced in this one. We're going to be watching a lot of trailers. If you're over on the TikTok side of things, you can see all the trailers on the Red platform.
And of
that's
course,
where
as per usual, we're only doing the highlights of it, like pretty much like the big ones. So they announced a ton of stuff. Like I got the rest pretty much in quick hits. But if you want to go watch the whole thing, go check it out on Nintendo's YouTube channel.
Yeah. So here are the Nintendo Direct highlights. And the first one is Donkey Kong Bonanza gets DLC, and it's already out. This one was actually pretty exciting, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I want a ticket to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty
baby
mama.
This is where you're from, DK? This island is beautiful.
DLC is smashing its way into Donkey Kong Bonanza. This new edition lets you barrel around DK Island.
Oh, he's like
the home of some familiar
surfing.
faces.
Yeah.
He even got the rhino over there.
And if you finish the main game story, Void Kong will offer you a position in the ranks of the Void Company.
It sounds like Taz.
Your mission? Collect as much shiny green ore as you can in Emerald Rush. Meet your emerald quota within the time limit to clear each round.
That's what I want to do. Go home and meet a
Key to amassing
quota.
emeralds is collecting fossils to gain.
You only have to do that at work already. Why don't we come home and do that?
Yeah.
Collect a fossil, and you'll get to pick from 3 random ones.
Ooh.
Perks have different effects, like getting more emeralds from defeated enemies,
Okay.
or more jam-packed treasure chests. There are all
go.
sorts to choose from. Gain and stack perks, then collect oodles of emeralds. You can also smash Banandium gems to gain random skills that power up Donkey Kong during your run. Your perks and skills reset after each run.
Huh.
Oh, so it's like a
Roguelike.
But fossil
Yeah.
and Banandium gem locations stay the same.
Okay.
Refine your winning strategy with each go. When a run ends, you'll earn in-game rewards based on how well you did. Playing can net you new fashions and statues to display on DK Island.
Huh.
Plus, you'll get to play Emerald Rush on more layers.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Take on the challenge to earn that promotion. The Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush paid DLC launches on Nintendo Switch 2 later today. Plus, a free demo of the main game will also be available on Nintendo eShop later today.
Dude, the Donkey Kong game, having played a demo, I played a demo. Like watching that trailer, it just keeps solidifying what I thought about it. It is a really good looking Lego game where you're destroying the environment,
Right.
and collecting stuff, which is not a knock. Like
Yeah.
playing it just felt great and it looked great and So what did you think about the DLC?
I thought it was great. The having roguelike element in there. I didn't expect that. It does feel like, I don't really like time challenges. That's just my personal opinion. I already get anxious about enough things. I don't need to have like the time limit, pressuring me to finish in a certain manner. But the question I want to kind of throw it back to you, Zach, is I love the fact that they're doing DLC for Bonanza. It's a very popular game. I know it's one of the big ones that, the last big game that come out recently for the Switch 2. That's actually like a Switch 2, not like a port over, like a reskin, whatever, what have you. The question I have too, and it's like, it's with anything. Like I know with Spider-Man 2018, it kind of had like DLC shortly after launch. What is your stance on DLC? Like the game's been out for about 2 months, which is a little bit better than what it was back in the day. Back in the day, man, like DLC used to drop like a month or so after launch on some games, like on the PS4 era, Xbox One era.
Yeah.
And it kind of gave like that cruddy, like grimy feeling. It's like you could have just had this in the game and you're making this pay, blah, blah, blah. What's your stance on, because I think for me, anything outside of 4 months after launch, I think is due, because that means like if it's a small thing, especially if it's like a small, it's like, okay, cool, you found success. Let's just throw in like a game mode here and there. Like you see like Burning Shores in Forbidden West launched a year after Forbidden West launched, and then Valhalla DLC launched a little over a year after Ragnarok launched. What is your stance on games releasing, very shortly after a game launch? Like, does that give you a cruddy feeling, or is it just like, hey, if it's fun, it doesn't matter, it's more the game that you love? Like, and it's also like, I forget how long, like, if you played the whole base game of Bonanza, like how long it takes to beat. So I mean, and some people just golden paths like some of these games from start to finish, and just like they consume it in a weekend. I get it, it's a way to keep the cartridge or the disc longer, but I don't know. What's your stance on it?
Well, this is a $20 DLC.
Oh, okay.
So it's not free.
Right.
So it's like, okay, having it where it's more roguelite, there's more replayability playing on the different, islands or, different maps and everything. I do feel like it has a little bit more worth of value. I think coming from Odyssey, where I would have killed for DLC, I'm down for this.
Yeah,
I really am, because like all I wanted was some DLC for Odyssey. My God, I wanted some DLC for Odyssey so bad. And now Donkey Kong, kind of the spiritual successor, in my opinion, for Odyssey, is getting that within 2 months. It's like, it doesn't necessarily feel sleazy to me.
Yeah. But
the $20 though is a little steep.
Yeah.
If it was 10, that would have been fine. 20 is a little higher than I think is worth going.
20 for the roguelike mode and like that, and then plus maybe like another island expansion, like that would have been, I think, more bang for your buck. But
like the Donkey Kong Island was not in the main game, so it was a new level and everything. It just seems it seems a little steep for what you're getting. But again, it's like, if that shows them that, hey, we can actually do some DLC, we can get some stuff into this game, and it's like, you've already developed it, you've already been able to show that it's actually like a game worth time and all of that, and you can just start tacking on interesting new things to put in that, instead of having to redevelop a game, because that's the thing that takes the most time, is like getting it from the ground up. But now you've already got it. So my thing is like, how many DLCs do we see from Bonanza?
That's a better question. So I think they're testing the waters, because like you said, they never did DLC for Odyssey. So I think they're testing the waters, because Nintendo and like they've gotten better over the years. Like I know like one of their better DLCs was like the expansion for the last expansion they did with
Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh no, well that, but also what's the, not Octopath, the squid, the paintball game.
Oh, you're talking about Splatoon, yeah.
Splatoon. I think it was the second one where they did like the Octoling, like it was like a meaty DLC level. So with actual story, not just multiplayer maps, essentially. I think but Nintendo and DLC is still like a weird thing. Like it didn't become a thing till like the end of the Wii U's life cycle. And they're still figuring out what works for them in certain aspects. So if they see success with this, like if they see, good ROI and people really in testing, I think that will entice them to do like maybe a couple smaller ones here and there. But I would like to see them do like a big meaty expansion for Donkey Kong as well.
Yeah, because the only ones that like more of the main titles has been Zelda, that's gotten like DLC and everything. B, thank you for liking the live stream over on TikTok. Hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes, if we get any more DLC from it. And one of these days, maybe I'll play Donkey Kong Bonanza on the Switch too when I ever get one.
Yeah.
So we got some more trailers to watch, everybody. And again, if you're watching over on TikTok, we are live on the Red channel, where you can check out all of these trailers that we're watching. So next up is Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment gets a new trailer and a release date.
Speaking of Zelda,
like, these always look so freaking good.
they do.
And then
After
I'm like,
traveling back in time,
it's not really my
Princess
thing
Zelda
to play
meets
like
the
a
first
Dynasty
king of
Warriors
Hyrule,
game
Correct.
Roru,
or a
and the
Zelda
queen,
game.
Sonia. She joins them to
Being
take on
honest.
Demon King Ganondorf in a
It's like, how many
conflict that will
times can you
come to
fight
be known as
Ganondorf?
The Imprisoning
Right.
War. Take on
Same amount
hordes
of times you can fight
enemies as
Bowser.
you fight alongside
Apparently
your
so.
allies,
That's cool.
Yeah.
like this brave Korok. Get
All
familiar
right.
with your allies' abilities so you know which character to swap to in any situation.
They muddy.
Zonai devices can bring water, wind,
Huh.
and other effects to combat. Make strategic use
Okay,
of them
that's
to
pretty
counter your
dope.
enemies and alter the flow.
Ah,
of battle.
okay. That is
Pair
cool.
up with nearby allies to unleash mighty sync strikes. Depending on the pair, sync strikes can deal high damage or
All
have
right.
a variety of other effects.
Can you go plus
Invite a
ultra?
friend to fight
Right.
alongside you
United
in
States of
split-screen
Smash.
co-op.
Derek, will you play this with me?
And with Game Share, you can play
not
together on
getting
two
a Switch too,
separate
brother.
systems, even if only one player has the game.
Come on, Derek. We can play it together. With Game Share.
Uncover ancient truths that were only glimpsed in the Legend
How
of
about
Zelda
ancient
Tears of the
lies?
Kingdom.
I like those.
Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment launches on Nintendo Switch 2 November 6th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
So we're starting to see Nintendo's fall lineup. You know,
Mhm.
we got another big AAA game that got a December release that we'll see later on in the show. But yeah, you know, like you said, you know, Dynasty Warriors games are not my thing. Like again, they're very flashy, especially when they do like a skin version or like this. I guess you could say like a Zelda skin on it. But very cool that they're bringing in Tears of the Kingdom like tools to use that. And I think
Yes.
that's like makes it. I think that's what differentiates it from a typical Dynasty Warriors games, because you can't you have weapons, but you can't really use tools like that. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but seeing that and like the little like team attacks type of thing is really cool to see as well.
Yeah, and this is the third game in this like offshoot franchise that we've seen. And
Oh yeah, you're right, because I'm forgetting the 100-year battle or whatever, the one in
Yep.
between. Because okay.
Mhm. And like them like going a little bit further, it just doesn't feel like it's a Dynasty Warriors clone, like having the abilities and all of that,
Mhm.
and that affecting some things is nice to see that they're going beyond. Because I remember when Gundam got like a Dynasty Warriors
Yeah,
game, and it just felt like it was just like, all right, slap a Gundam skin on there.
right. And just
Yeah.
fight waves after waves, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, it's like that's not how Gundam works, dude.
I get my death scythe and just like slash them up for like
Yeah, it's like Heavy Arms would take this out in like no time. Just
Right.
saying, you know.
Facts.
And I'm not even talking about Endless Waltz, Heavy Arms. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Am I biased for Heavy Arms? Maybe, because if
Little
we
bit.
go like the Winged Gundam, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like that just takes care of everything. Or Shining Gundam, man. Shining Gundam is freaking dope. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, "Rah!" You know what I mean? It's It's like grabbing, like when he, he's like, like, yeah. Anyway, G Gundam, everybody, it's good stuff. It doesn't hold up, but it's good stuff. That's good stuff. Just like Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave was the Direct's big finale, which was kind of an interesting choice. Let's check it out. Yeah, Shining Finger. Exactly. Bane knows what I'm talking about. Let's look at this Fire Emblem game.
This is another series where it's like the art style, the use of colors is just so well done, but like the grid turn-based battle system, like strategy game, I'm like, no, I can't do that.
See, the gladiator kind of thing kind of makes me I might play that, but I'd have to get a Switch too.
Yeah.
In your beating hearts. Hear me now as I declare that the heroic games have begun.
It reminds me of the Emperor from Overlord.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I only want to fight so
It looks great. Like, it does look really good.
What I seek is a great strength. An unyielding strength for any foe. Sheer strength to uphold the faith I hold dear. Above all, I need the strength to lead my people. Strength enough for a queen!
Sephiroth?
It is imperative that I
Or is that
I must
That's
Dracula?
more like,
with this blade.
yeah, like Belmont.
Castlevania.
There's a man I hate so much that simply killing him will not satisfy me.
Gypsy.
For that reason, I refuse to die.
She's a bard.
I won't let you hurt her! And now warm blood is served in a crude cup.
You think I'd let you deny me my feelings?
I refuse to accept defeat. Not now!
For those who stand upon the final stage, I shall grant whatever wish you may desire. So say
Oh,
I,
okay.
the divine sovereign, that I vow to you.
The way she was sitting reminds me of the High Sorcerer in Frieren.
Oh,
there,
like
yeah.
Siri?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of nonchalant about it.
And then like, you ain't gonna touch me, fool.
Yeah, I'm too powerful. It looks good. It's not really like something that I am like, oh, I gotta play this.
Right.
But it does look really good. But they always look really good.
Right. And that's the thing. That's a series like you with the Dynasty Warriors, like the Hyrule Warriors game. Like every time I see a Fire Emblem game, like especially since they've done it on consoles, looks super dope. Like Three Houses when it came out on the Switch looked really good. Like the use of the color palette and whatnot, like just it's so well done. Like I know the stories are very intricate, very interwoven. But when it comes to the gameplay, like that, the story you'd have to just YouTube because like I don't really jive with the grid turn-based strategy type stuff. So it's like when I remember seeing like the first Fire Emblem trailer, like, oh man, this looks dope. It's like when like Halo Wars or like those games, like they always have really good cut scenes, really good like animations, and then when you see the gameplay, you're like, this is underwhelming, or this ain't my cup of tea.
When you see like this awesome like animated, like, you know, it's like looks like anime, and then it's like the most like boring turn-based janky thing,
or like the actual game, like the sprites are like chibi stuff, and I'm like, bro, this why?
B says over on TikTok, it was pretty weak final announcement. Like I wasn't expecting because like we did get Metroid Prime 4 and a date. And it was like, why wasn't this the last thing? The pacing
especially since it was like the end of the year.
The pacing in this direct was all over the place. I will tell you that. Like it came out pretty hot and heavy with like Mario stuff, and then slowed down. Then it like peaked again with like Metroid Prime 4 and like some third party stuff, and then slowed down to kind of a crawl, and then ended with that. If they would just ask us, like I'd tell them how to pace these shows a lot better. B, I was led to believe there would be and Animal Crossing news, so I was bummed. Man, I hope that we get a new Animal Crossing soon.
You got that Pokemon Animal Crossing thing.
That thing is an abomination. Where
I know,
you have,
like when I saw like Ditto's in a human form, I'm like, what is this nightmare fuel?
Yeah, it's like we've seen Ditto do that before, but it's like I would. It's like no, this is not it.
Pull out a soapbox.
Yeah, Ditto Crossing, I'm out. Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. B, like it's so disturbing, and it's more like Minecraft than it is Animal Crossing in that game. But yeah, yeah, it's not it. It's not it.
That ain't it, Chief.
Yeah, that ain't it. I love when TikTok is like, "Hey, are you still live?" It's like, "Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I'm still
cool.
live." I did watch G Gundam recently, like first like 7 episodes, and it was a little rough. Maybe I should have went a little bit further, but I still love G Gundam. I think it's great. Gundam Wing does not hold up either. Okay,
No, it doesn't.
I will just say that Gundam Wing does not hold up either, especially the English dub.
Oh my
It's
God,
bad.
no. The English dub, like when you actually listen to one. Anyway, we're not going to get on that diatribe. This is not Eat Sleep Anime.
Yeah, it's like ghost stories over here.
I wouldn't say it's that bad, but it's not that far off either. Let's be fair. But no, you need to watch Iron Blooded Orphans. That one is really good.
I'm watching 86 right now.
Oh, my brother. I'm glad finally.
Yeah, I'm watching 86. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in. So, yeah. Guys, let's talk about some video games, though. Yoshi, the Mysterious Book, has you learning all about the world around you. And this game does look really good. So let's check it out.
One day, on the island where Yoshi and his friends live,
but they're all
a
Yoshis.
talking book named Mr. E suddenly falls from the sky.
Ecstasy?
No, encyclopedia.
It looks like the book has
Mr.
information
E.
within its pages about unusual creatures. But it can't actually see what's written down.
My God.
So Yoshi jumps in to help investigate. First, let's study this flower-like creature.
It definitely feels...
We found it right away.
Like...
It tastes kind of
pretty
sweet.
kid-oriented on it.
You can carry this creature on your back. Touch flower buds with it, and they'll bloom.
It seems to have more to it than
all sorts of
Princess Peach Showtime, though.
A little bit, yeah.
So,
and those discoveries will be written down.
I did like what I did play at Princess Peach
Found some
Showtime.
dandelions.
Yeah.
They don't look like lions to me.
Scatter in the air. Oh no,
They're
that creature is
dandelions.
stuck. It seems like the dandelions can absorb nutrients. Oh, they can even cause rocks to crack. Thanks to them, we were able to break the rock.
I just love how, like, I'm going to talk down to
there are
you.
Still lots of unusual creatures residing within
Narrator.
the book.
You know, gotta explain.
A
Talk to me like I'm
page-turning
5 years
adventure
old.
awaits.
He had a tumbly
Yoshi and the
egg.
Mysterious Book launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next spring.
It looks cute. It's definitely more of a kid's game.
Oh yeah, and that's the problem. Like with like some of these like spin-off Nintendo franchises. Like I know Kirby Air Riders is different, but like the core Kirby games and the core Yoshi games, like they come out, they're bright, they're colorful, they're unique.
Yeah.
You know, they try and like do different things and have an intricate story. But at the end of the day, they come out and they're just pretty much like solid like 7, like sub 8 out of 10 games, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's not it's not bad if that's what you're looking for like last minute GIF ideas for the kids that it's like they already have Mario and they already have Zelda and what have you. Give them something different, but at the end of the day, that's not what you expect out of your first party. That's not something that's going to drive like not even hardcore gamers, like just hardcore Nintendo fans to go out and buy a console for.
Yeah, you got to give them a reason, but you also have to fill up a lineup and everything.
Right.
And it feels like they're trying to do that since the
And also
launch
buy
of,
time, in between like the Bonanzas and the Metroid, so
yeah, especially because the launch of the Switch 2 has been so dry and everything. B, have you got a Switch 2 yet? I know y'all are very Nintendo heavy over in your neck of the woods, so let us know. Next up, Mario Tennis Fever has been announced with a February release date.
I feel like I need to swing pat upon Fever.
The latest entry in the Mario Tennis series is hitting the court on Nintendo Switch 2. Mario Tennis Fever. Use top spins, slices, lobs, and other familiar shots.
It looks good, but Aces still looks good.
But now you can also slide and use other fancy footwork with new defensive maneuvers.
Okay.
And swing into
we've
action
got
with new
rackets
equipment
that
called
cheat
Fever
for us.
Rackets. Keep a rally going to build up your fever gauge. Then unleash a fever shot.
What's the gimmick in this?
Freeze the court with the ice racket. Summon mushrooms that shrink your opponents using the mini mushroom racket. Or duplicate yourself with the shadow racket.
Shadow clone
There
jutsu?
are 30 fever rackets, each with their own abilities. Pair them with 38 playable characters, the most in series history.
That is a lot more
your own
characters than
strategy.
Aces.
Right.
Let's see the game modes being served up. A talking flower provides riveting commentary in tournament mode.
I don't care.
Aim for the top by completing different objectives in the Trial Towers mode.
Okay, that's cool.
Play
Reminds me
matches
of
with unexpected rules in Mix It Up mode.
Mortal Kombat.
Even some
Like going
will
up the tower and
experience
everything.
Wonder effects. In the online
Yahoo!
mode, choose between
Like, what
casual
was
play
that?
with customizable
What was
rules
that? That
and
didn't even sound like
online
Mario.
mode, or go for glory in ranked matches. You can even gently swing your Joy-Con 2 controller like a racket for a
That was
more
Peter
authentic
Dinklage phoning it in
experience
again.
in swing mode. Plus, after encountering monsters on a remote island, Mario and friends are transformed into babies, kicking
get
off
baby
a series of
Waluigi.
unexpected events in the game's adventure mode. With their tennis skills gone, the babies will need to learn how to play and defeat the monsters to return to normal. Mario
Brothership.
Tennis Fever
They
launches
love
on
their
Nintendo
flying
Switch 2,
ships.
February
Right.
12th.
Like, I like the story mode of Aces more, and it was like a board that you would go across and everything. The baby thing, it definitely isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
And dude, we haven't had Mario football or baseball or basketball in a very long time, and definitely not football. But it's like we still keep getting soccer, golf, and tennis.
Tennis, right. Which, to be fair, golf is like the better of all three of them,
Yeah.
But
Well, the last
know,
one was bad, actually.
Oh, that's a good point. I forget. That's probably why I don't remember it, because it was that terrible.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, we're at this point where we're it's like basketball would do well. Baseball, it's like you would think, because baseball is huge in Japan, that they would make another one. It's like, I understand soccer.
Yeah.
Maybe like tennis, whatever, but baseball is huge over there.
Right.
So I don't know.
The World Series Japan. That's why, ESPN televises that when it's on it. Like, they don't do that for any other league except Japan, outside of the US.
Yeah. And they go big. They go big. B says, haven't got one yet. There hasn't been anything released that I'm like, this is worth $500. Yeah, exactly.
Fair.
That fair assessment for sure. Joe, I still don't like how DK looks now. What you gonna do? I can
Go
call,
code your own game.
yeah, well, Joe is actually working on his own game right now.
Okay, fair. Never mind. You got me. Shut up, Zach.
Derek, I love you, man. Super Mario Galaxy movie shows a trailer with an April release date. Let's check it out. I was waiting for the
Right.
It's a me, Mario. It feels like Disney, like how they like start their movies or whatever.
Where's the fireworks?
Yeah. I don't know how that butterfly is like surviving out in space.
Right. You don't think about that.
I'm excited for this. I loved the Mario movie. Like I think it did really well. It did really well financially.
Right.
As well, and critically acclaimed. So going with Galaxy, I feel like they're like opening up a lot of potential things with it,
Right.
Bringing in more and more characters, and I think maybe we'll get a Smash Brothers game or movie,
Maybe.
you know, out of
Now Zach, how crazy would you go when they inevitably announce a Mario Odyssey movie?
dude. Honestly, I'd be first in line. I'd be first in line.
You'd be big booting everyone out the way like Kane does, like, move peasants. I am here.
Well, and it's like I'm not the biggest like Nintendo fan in the world, but Mario Odyssey, I will move some mountains for Mario Odyssey.
Right.
B, backing me up here. Mario Odyssey is the greatest Mario game of all time. Fact. I agree. And anybody comes up and says, "Oh, what about Sunshine?" No, Sunshine, horrible controls. Okay, you got to be able to actually
Sunshine
play
was
the
that
game.
good, they would have done a remake.
Yeah, exactly. And they haven't. And I'm excited to know this is one of the quick hits and everything. We are getting Galaxy 1 and 2 coming out, which we already had Galaxy 1 in like the 3D All-Stars game, but 1 and 2 is coming out. They like the pricing is wrong on this. It's $80.
Yikes.
I'm like,
Yikes.
I'm like, Chief.
But it's also Nintendo. What do you expect?
Like Nintendo is money grubbing like nobody's business. I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Pitchford went over there soon.
Please no. Please no.
I'm just kidding. They wouldn't put up with him over there.
No.
But it's like, okay, 2 games, and it's not even like a remaster or a remake or anything. It's just kind of like an up-res version of Galaxy 1 and 2. And I do really want to play them, but $80 is a little bit hard to swallow.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Joe, on the movie side of things, my wife is excited for the sequel. She's got good taste. Last one from the Nintendo Direct is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will officially release this December. Let's take a look at this. And I will say, Derek, before we look at it, have you watched this?
No.
Okay. This actually made me excited about Metroid Prime 4.
Okay.
Looks very metal.
Right. It gives all Star Wars vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, a cycle?
Yeah. And it looks freaking cool.
Oh,
they could have made that pause a little bit shorter. Yeah, I know, dude. This was like, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Feels like Tron a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go.
And then the wolves. Like
Okay.
it looks really cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the motorcycle is the thing that
December
The-
4th.
that got me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just say the
Yeah.
motorcycle is what got me.
So yeah, the motorcycle is definitely the best part. Like, I mean, when it went to the gameplay, like it's still like graphic wise doesn't do it for me, you
Yep.
know, like
Yep.
but that was gonna be my big concern. Like watching this trailer is like, will it be better than our first impression of Metroid Prime? And you know, again, I think like some of the gameplay elements are better, you know, than,
Yeah.
than the last we saw. But I think like still graphic wise, and it's like again, neither one of us are huge Metroid fans, so it's like we already aren't invested whatsoever anyway.
Yeah.
But like this just turns us off. Like, you know, like again, it's like you're not the biggest, you know, Nintendo fan. You said it before, but like you're a good game, you're a great game fan. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of like, oh, Mario Odyssey's got a great story and great gameplay. I'm in. Like Ghost of
Yep.
Tsushima, God of War, like sign me up. You know.
Yeah.
So, but Metroid, like at the end of the day, I think this was, you know, like having, like you said, the cycle, I think was the best part of it. Having that extra dynamic other than just being like a roly poly pill bug, and like blasting, you know, shooty stuff, you know, that's, I think it's going to be a nice little added layer. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't move the needle for me in terms of like, oh, I need to go buy a Switch 2 for a Metroid.
Yeah. Yeah. And like it was the bike. And then once she got off the bike and everything, it was like, all right, this is a little lackluster. And then I know people are going to call it unfair comparison, but it's like these games are, you know, developed around the same time. I look at this and then I look at Doom and I'm like, I'm sorry, but Doom like looks and like it looks like it handles like playing Doom like handles really well. And this, it just feels kind of slow and like lumbering with its gameplay and everything. And Doom guy is like he's freaking huge and he's moving around like crazy. And that's the thing that like says to me, it's like, okay, this isn't going to be necessarily a game for me, but the bike does look really cool. Dan says it looks good for when I eventually play it, which might be a few years from now. The wheels kind of remind me of her ball form, which is true.
Yeah.
Bane says, I want the bike. When is the action figure releasing? I don't know. I'm sure we'll get some pretty dope 3D print action figures out of that. The guy at the end reminds me of one of the hunters from Metroid Prime. Hunters. Kind of remind me of Halo 4, like one of the whatever the Paragon, the Prometheus, whatever the stupid guy was from that. Man, Halo 4 sucks so much.
So did Halo 5.
So yeah, Halo 5 sucked more than Halo 4. You know what doesn't suck? The Nerd Cave News, which is what you're watching right now, everybody. We come to you live each and every week at 7 p.m. Central Time on Thursdays to bring you all of the video game news that you need to know. It is available on YouTube podcasts, all that good stuff. So go over and support us there by hitting the like and subscribe and checking us out on there. We've got a ton of cool content. We're doing a lot more anime content as well. So if you like that, we just put out episode 4 of Kaiju number 8. So go check that out. My reaction to that. And Derek, I don't know if you know this, but we put out our Megalobox review this week as well.
I did see that.
Yeah.
I mean, about time, but you know.
The end is coming. And you know what's coming out after that? You know what's going to come out after that? Our season 7 of My Hero Academia review, just in time
for the final season of My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Which I am on that season, by the way. I'm on season 7, so I'm about halfway through. So I'm almost there. I'm almost ready for we're also 2 weeks away, a little over 2 weeks away from My Hero Academia premiere, brother.
And
Spy Family season
Spy
3.
Family. Yeah. It's going to be a good time, guys. Going to be a good time. We got one last news for you tonight before we hit our quick hits. Horizon Zero Dawn copycat drama continues with Tencent clapping back.
So Tencent is pushing back against Sony's lawsuit over Light of Motorum. The upcoming open world survival game Sony claims is a, quote, Slavish clone of Horizon Zero Dawn. Tencent argues that Sony is trying to monopolize common common genre tropes, which are tribal societies, mechanical beasts, post-apocalyptic settings, and that these are, quote, time-honored elements shared by many games, not unique to Horizon. The company points out that Sony's own developers once said Horizon Zero Dawn drew inspiration from Enslaved Odyssey to the West, undermining Sony's claim that its IP is entirely original. Tencent also disputes Sony's choice of defendants in the lawsuit and argues the alleged infringements haven't actually happened and might never happen. And again, to an extent, I get it. Like, everything is an imitation. Art imitates life, art imitates other art, everyone is inspired by something. Like, you see how many times, time and time again, whether it be movies, video games, books, that they read something, saw something, played something, and they're like, oh, I really love this. Let me incorporate this aspect to it, but put a different spin, put a different world, different, what have you. We get it. But that is not Sony's point. Like, they're deferring. Tencent is deferring here, trying to deflect the blame. Like the cover shots, the seemingly like the gameplay that like the little bit of vertical slice that we saw is very reminiscent of flipping Horizon. It's like, and this like Sony has more of an argument than Nintendo does with like Power World, being a Pokemon clone, you know what I mean? Like, yes, some of the names and abilities are on the nose, but like their whole lawsuits, like the capturing mechanic and all that, whatever. That's beside the point. But this is like Light of Motirum is definitely trying to be a carbon copy of Horizon. Like, yes, they may have some different things, different creatures and what have you, but when it's all said and done, you're trying to be like Horizon, like bar none.
Yeah, it's pretty on the nose. I'm pulling up an image if I can get to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things. It's just like when you look at it, it's like, yeah, you're not stealing like an artist. You're just stealing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're just
stealing with blatant disregard.
Yeah, you're not even trying at this point. Where's it at? Here we go. So here is the art that's in question. For the ones that haven't seen it, like it is,
brother, like look to the left. Red-haired main character that is also a woman. Like, how on the nose? How more on the nose do you have to be?
Yeah, and then like you've got like the like they're much bigger than what they are in Horizon, but like the deer antler things, like that's 100% like the same thing that we see in the game.
And like these pelicans are like pretty much the pterodons from Forbidden West. Like, brother, like what do you mean?
Yeah, it's like you're not even trying to hide like how much that you just cheated off someone's homework.
Right. It's like, hey, you can copy my homework, but don't make it obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe says the color scheme is exactly the same. Yeah. The font looks very similar as well.
Right. The font for the flipping title. Like, don't get me wrong. When this first came out, like, yes, we all called it out. But because I love Horizon, I was willing to give this game a shot. Now that they're being petty and all this, and like, I'm just like, no, I want your, well, I shouldn't say I want your game to die, because this day and age, games that don't see the light of day close studios and massive layoffs and close. So maybe not, but it's like, I'm definitely not buying your game.
Dan says she's probably an outcast as well, who suddenly has to save civilization from ancient technology.
Just a shot in the dark. Ooh, only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell. But yeah, like I understand where Tencent is coming from. It's like, oh, these things are, but like Sony is trying to protect their IP, but they're not going as far as what Nintendo is doing with,
Right.
Literally patenting, like summoning sub characters, which is like the patent that they just got in the US, which I don't know who gave them that patent. It's like, I would be, if I was any of the major studios, I would be putting money up right now to fight that patent, because it's like, what about Elden Ring, where you're summoning, somebody to help you, or like that? There's so many other things, like, is like having like a fighting game when you have like a little sprite or whatever, like like you can call somebody to help you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not a fighting game person, but it's like there's so many different kind of summons within games, and it's like, if that is just Nintendo property now, IP, it's like, and let me just tell you, if y'all think Nintendo is not going to sue companies because they're using something, you are so ill-informed about how Nintendo works. They love to sue people.
Nintendo lives in the petty.
Yeah, they love their lawyers, and their lawyers, man, if I was in the law, I'd be like, I'm going to go work for Nintendo.
Correct. I'm going to make bank.
I'm going to make bank. I'm going to be suing people for emulation and patents. I'm
going to sue people for breathing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you like video games? Well, I'm going to have to sue you.
Right.
Dan says, I get the need for copyright and patents, but big companies tend to abuse it. Exactly. And I think that's where we're coming from on, this. It's like both PlayStation and Tencent are big companies. These are not, small, indie developers that are trying to make something. These are two huge giants within the gaming industry. And again, even with like Nintendo, they're going after, more of an indie studio, because guess what? Power World's developer crushed it and literally showed them up on like, hey, we can actually do better at making your game than you are. We're going to give people what they've been wanting for years, and we're also going to give them guns.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, it's I don't know, dude.
Pikachu, get the Glock.
Oh, everybody, you know what time it is. It's time for the Patreon quick hits. The Patreon quick hits are brought to you by our wonderful patrons. Go and support the Nerd Cave by getting your very own Nerd Cave membership to help us continue to make awesome shows just like this one. And if you are, a Patreon supporter, you would have noticed that you've been getting some early access to like the Megalobox video, the reaction videos to Kaiju number 8 over there. So you're getting early access to a lot of stuff. So keep your eyes open and peeled, because you're definitely getting some stuff that other people having to wait for. So go over there and support. Get your very own Nerd Cave membership. Become part of the ship, part of the crew by going over to patreon.com/nerdcave. And now it's time for the Patreon quick hits.
So starting off, Neil Druckmann contemplated developing The Last of Us Part 3 before settling on Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet. Following that, Intergalactic is Naughty Dog's most expansive and ambitious title to date. Resident Evil Requiem is more in line with the horror of RE7 and RE2 Remake. Hellraiser Revival is going to push the rating limit as far as they are allowed to push them. Okay. Rumor, PS6 ray tracing equivalent to the RTX 5090, according to leaker Moore's Law, is dead. Gearbox insists its games do not use spyware amid concern about Take-Two terms of service. Gearbox also confirms that it's exploring how to add FOV sliders to Borderlands 4 on console amid complaints. Borderlands 4 performance gets worse the longer you play on console, and Randy Pitchford suggests quitting the game and restarting it as a workaround. Slay the Spire 2 release date slips to March, and no, it had nothing to do with Silksong, insists the developer. Fortnite will soon let you pay the exact amount for items rather than buying more V-Bucks than you need. Report, Insomniac's Wolverine aims for a 2026 release as Venom project moves forward. Dying Like the Beast is out now due to pre-orders hitting 1 million sales. Joe Manganiello and Dave Bautista are top purported shortlist of actors to play Kratos in the God of War project. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 tops 4.4 million sales. Nintendo fans are convinced the Super Mario Galaxy movie will confirm a long-held theory around Peach and Rosalina's origins. Deltarune Chapter 5 release date likely the second half of 2026, says Toby Fox. The Witcher Season 4 gets an October 30th release date. Battlefield 6 devs hope console players keep crossplay on even if, quote, we can never win against PC cheaters. Battlefield 6 Battle Royale mode set to launch weeks after release. Project Gravity SSX, which is an SSX spiritual successor, loses its publisher. PlayStation physical game sales make up only 3% of total games sold. RoboCop Rogue City Collection sets a release date for October 30th. Rumor, Sony to host a State of Play next week, claims Insider. Assassin's Creed Shadows Claws of Awaji DLC includes a Prince of Persia-style side-scrolling sequence. Palworld to exit early access and enter into version 1.0 next year. Rockstar says GTA 6 will be the largest game launch in history. Hit Viking survival game Valheim is finally coming to PS5 next year. Narrative superhero game Dispatch launches on October 22nd with first 2 playable episodes. Amid legal drama over a $250 million bonus, new devlog shows work on Subnautica 2 continues. Escape from Tarkov players will have to buy the game again if they want to play it on Steam. Latest PS5 system update lets you connect your DualSense controller to multiple devices at once. The Megalodon comes to Jurassic World Evolution 3. Yakuza Kiwami 3 briefly spotted on RGG's website ahead of the summit. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline 2's DLC clans are now in the base game following fan backlash. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are getting bundled and will release on October 2nd. Nintendo is recreating the Virtual Boy as a physical item that will support over 14 games on Switch. Super Mario Wonder 2 Switch Super Mario Wonder Switch 2 Edition plus Meetup in Bellable Park will be released in the spring with new multiplayer fun. Hades 2 gets its official 1.0 release date for Switch 2 1 week from today if you're getting it digital, and will be November 12th for the physical release. Resident Evil Requiem, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and Resident Evil Village are all coming to Switch 2 on February 27th. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade makes its way to Switch 2 on January 22nd. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream will release in spring. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined mixes art that blends diorama visuals and Akira Toriyama's character designs and will be releasing on February 5th. Stardew Valley Switch 2 Edition adds mouse controls, co-op, and more. Overcooked 2, a game we haven't heard in a very long time, Switch 2 Edition arrives this holiday. Human Fall Flat Switch 2 Edition set to release in spring. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection launches on March 13th. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection gets Switch 2 dates, will be October 30th for the digital version and December 12th for physical. Dynasty Warriors Origins fights its way to Switch 2 on January 22nd. Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly is getting a remake. Power Wash Simulator 2 has a customizable home base with pettable cats. And lastly, EA Sports FC 26, Little Nightmares 3, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake, and Persona 3 Reload are all headed to the Switch and Switch 2.
The Fatal Frame was kind of an interesting show at the Nintendo Direct. And
Right.
I remember playing, it was the first ever horror game that I ever played was Fatal Frame 2. Somebody let me borrow it. And I was like, nope, nope, I'm out.
Right.
I played maybe like 30 minutes and I was like, not for me, Chief.
Nope.
Not for me. As a way to go out tonight, Derek,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mangione, whatever his name.
Manganiello.
Yeah, and Dave Bautista. Do you think they've got what it takes to play Kratos?
Okay.
I don't want either one of them. I'll just be honest.
Me either. No, like when they said the short list, I'm like, no. Manganiello has, I think, the charisma and like the right mindset to play, but not the physique. Batista
I
is
don't,
the
dude.
opposite.
He can beef up, dude.
I know, but Batista already has the frame and the kind of already the look. Just needs to have like a beard grown out or whatever. Acting skill, like outside of Drax, like I know he does Drax, but Drax is very dry and unique in its own way. Outside of that, don't care for Batista as an actor.
Yeah, I there's one dude that I want to have this.
Oh yeah, that's Christopher Judge.
Yeah, exactly. It's like why are we playing around? You know,
Boy.
maybe he doesn't want to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like he literally knows everything. He knows how to play this character. He knows how to give everything to it.
Now, if this was like an animated project, oh, for sure. Like, we would be up in arms. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
But, and I think Chris Judge wants to hold that mentality, you know, like, because, you know, he kind of gives off that you're only as good as your last performance vibe, too.
True.
You know, and he, you know, he went out on you know, obviously there's probably going to be more God of War down the road.
Yep.
Where he can voice, but, you know, I don't think he wants to ruin what he made special with the duology of the Norse thing. And he was just like, no, let me, and especially because the God of War project, because correct me if I'm wrong, like it's been a minute since we've heard anything about the project, but if it doesn't take place in the Norse mythology pantheon, I don't think he wants to do it because he said before, like he doesn't want to ruin what the previous voice actor did in the Greek trilogy.
From what I heard, like with this series that they're trying to put out, it is going to be the Norse side of things.
Okay.
But I do see where you're coming from. Also, it's like if he's doing this and they're trying to also make another God of War game with him, like that would put like a huge strain on him trying to do both at the same time.
It's like when Neil Druckmann had to finally like take a step back from, because he was so indebted like with Intergalactic and whatever other game projects they have, and then trying to do Last of Us Season 2 and like do other stuff, and he's just like, I need to take a step back because I'm spreading myself too thin.
Yeah, as long as like I have no ill will against, you know, Pedro Pascal. But my God, do not cast Pedro Pascal as freaking Kratos because my God, we see Pedro in so many freaking things.
Like, I'm not saying it has to be like a deep voice, but he doesn't have the voice. Sorry, I can't see him trying to voice Kratos.
Like if it was 10 years ago, I would totally say Vin Diesel.
Oh, yeah.
I totally would say Vin Diesel, but I feel like he's gotten up there a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want Jason Momoa. I love Jason Momoa as well, but he doesn't have like the Khal Drogo and everything like in Game of Thrones is one thing, but Kratos there's just a different vibe.
Right.
So oh no. Hey, I used to be a huge Vin Diesel fan. I still like Vin Diesel a lot. Cisco the Dragon. Yeah, you know, we could get him in there.
No.
I'm just trolling everybody right now.
No, I got it. The Rock.
Oh God. Him or Will Smith.
Oh my.
They both
See, what you're not gonna do is come for my son.
Yeah, well, it's like both of them play the exact same character.
Yeah.
And we do The Rock, and then we have then we have Kevin Hart as Atreus.
No. And then no. Actually, oh no, I like this even better. I was gonna say as Brock, but no, Danny DeVito as Brock.
Danny DeVito as Brock, Kevin Hart as Atreus, The Rock as Kratos.
Right.
Yeah, this is it, guys. This is right in the game, the whole thing right here.
Paul Rudd and Jack Black in that Anaconda reboot. I watched the trailer for it this morning, and I'm like, why? Like they're doing a comedic spin on it. I'm like, not everything has to do a comedic spin. Like, because it's like, oh, let's remake Anaconda. Let's just like redo the movie. And then accidentally find a huge anaconda. I'm like, brother, no.
Yeah. Then we're going to sample My Anaconda Don't Want None.
Dude, when that came on, I nearly crapped a brick. I'm just not.
B says if it was 5 years ago, it would have 100% been The Rock. I agree.
Oh, yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We do The Rock, we do Kevin Hart as his son Atreus, and then we do Danny DeVito as Brock. Cisco was my imaginary friend as a kid, like Cisco the Dragon, like from Drew Hill, and famously known for the thong song. It was your imaginary friend. I'm just trying to make sure Payne is that's it. Yes. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. That's an interesting childhood friend. All right, everybody. On that note, we're going to wrap up this edition of the Nerd Cave News. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to be live again on Tuesday playing Ghosts of Tsushima, and it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a fantastic time. We're going to be playing games. We're going to be doing all that good stuff. This has been Zach
And Derek.
Y'all have a blessed week. Bye-bye. It was good.